I had gone through a period where I was very, very depressed. My show had closed in New York off Broadway, and I just felt it was just a heartbreaking experience. All of a sudden, I got a call out of nowhere to sing a concert at the State Theater in New Jersey for 2,000 people. I suddenly felt a little thing in my throat, and you know, when you have to sing all those little things, you have to make sure you check it immediately because it, you know, that could turn into a strep throat or something. So I called the doctor. He said come in immediately, and they thought I was had some sort of sinus infection. Meanwhile, I'm rehearsing the show for New Jersey, learning all this new music, and feeling worse and worse. They took tests, biopsies. I went ahead and sang the concert in New Jersey, and was so weak by that point I had to lie down on the floor backstage between my numbers in order to make it through. And the very next morning, I was diagnosed with malignant cancer in my tonsil. It was just a big, you know, it was a big shock.
I first met Willard over 2 years ago. He was sent down to see me from one of the head and neck surgeons in our hospital who had met him just after he was diagnosed with a tonsil cancer. And in his case, he needed radiation with chemotherapy in order to eradicate the tumor. And we wanted to eradicate it completely so that he would never need surgery, because surgery would have left him with a lot of deficits in terms of not being able to swallow and potentially not being able to speak normally.
So I go down to meet this Dr. Teckie, and then all of a sudden the door opens and there's this fantastic, you know, radiant smile and one of the sweetest, most loving people I'd ever met. She said, we can definitely cure this. We can do this. She said, this is treatable and you're in the best of hands. We're going to take excellent care of you. And it wasn't just what she said, it was to me, the heart and soul that came along with it. It was sincere, authentic. Dr. Teckie and her entire team just made it so easy for me. And I actually enjoyed looking forward to going into there 5 days a week for radiation.
We have a culture of care that prioritizes the patient's experience and really encourages us to treat them as a whole person and not just as a patient. I think it's one thing to cure people and it's another to get them back to their best self. Willard in particular was so vibrant and energetic, and he had all these goals for himself. As a doctor treating him, you wanted him to get back to that best self because he made it clear that that was important to him, and what's important to him is important to me.
I think empathy is something, it's like a pebble when you throw it in the lake. It just continues to go and it spreads itself to other people. And all it takes is one tiny pebble from the right person in the right lake to go out and make a big difference. I'm feeling very, very, you know, enthused by that, and it's another reason I'm having a big 70th birthday party where I'm singing all my own songs in a cabaret show and celebrating being 2 years cancer-free. It's another thing I think that people should know, that you are a different person afterwards. My version of myself, I think, is better. I feel for me, it turned my life around from being a sad, empty, lonely place to a life that's filled with meeting new people, good people, interesting people, and new opportunities to share the word that you can beat cancer and have a wonderful new life. When the moon comes out and the stars start hanging down in the sky, I just look around to find I'm a lucky guy.